What's going on, folks? Alright, so better setup tonight. This is nice. Thanks again to Blue Screen Gaming. I'm coming to you guys live remote. I'm not my home in Vegas. I am here in LA for some freelance work, as I mentioned before. But I am holed up here at Blue Screen Gaming here in Culver City. And David, the nice guy that runs this place, is nice enough to set up my machine. I set up one of his machines to let me do this because my laptop was not up to the task, to say the least. I don't even know if any of that footage got through that I was trying to use. But then I shut down and started configuring his box. And then tonight I'm set up. I have 2 monitors, so I'm a lot better prepared. So this will go... say better, but then anything was better than what Monday was. So, anyways, what's up, folks? It's Wednesday, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time here in City of Angels, Los Angeles. Plugging away, as always. So, I think what I'm going to do tonight is kind of pick up where I left off. What I set up on Monday was just kind of adding all of the little mascot characters and adding all the different animations, and I got that kind of dialed in. But I didn't actually get it plugged into the game because, as you might have heard me mention before, was that the fact that these guys currently are hard-coded. So what I need to do is start setting up all these other characters that I can drop them in here and drop in the right character depending on which mascot you choose. So I haven't really thought this through yet, so this may get a little chaotic here, but yeah, we'll see. I'll wing it, and hopefully this will come together. But anyways, yeah, so just a simple setup on the screen here. Nothing too fancy in the backdrop, but you know, I don't know. I'll maybe, if I get some time before I set up on Friday, I'll try and bring that little blackjack game back to life so you guys can play that. Not that anyone's tried it out yet. It's still a new concept, but I'll see if I can get that added back into the mix on Friday. But in the meantime, just going to plug away on this. So I guess what I want to do initially is figure out where I had this plugged into. I'm assuming these guys are called my Versus Warriors. So let me see, I want to play this. I guess what I want to do is actually make these prefabs, because all I have is just this information, nothing too fancy. They do have that script to them, attached to them, so that will actually decide what animation is playing. But that's about it. But right now, actually it shows them as prefabs, but I don't think that's actually the case. Let me see. Versus Blue Warrior. Let me check this. Warrior. No, actually, maybe I do. Oh, I do. Hey, nice. Okay, I'm a little better off than I thought I was. Nice. That's good news. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna versus. Actually, I'm gonna rename this as versus 1. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna call this mascot because I'm referring to these guys as mascots now. So I'm gonna say it's mascot 1 will be him. And this is the blue character, of course. And let's see, that should have actually changed him. There we go. And him as well. So let me come over here, rename him mascot 1. There he goes. Good. Once again, I'm using a consistent naming convention. So if I have different island themes, I'll be able to just grab the right guys and not have to worry about any kind of searching for proper names or anything like that. So that's cool. Alright, so then what I want to do is just to begin with, so now these guys are all nice and prefabbed up, I'm going to go ahead and kill them. Oh, wait. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to drop in a locator where they are. That's interesting. Oh, let me get their pivot points. Yeah, so the pivot points are there and there. And what I'll do is actually I'll add a locator in those positions so I can bring in those guys and attach in those locator points. And that way they'll line up nice. So let me go, let's go create an empty game object and throw him there, zero out all his values so he snaps into place, reset, there you go. So this is going to be the blue. So let me go like this. Go like that. And we'll say blue mascot. Wow, it's a nice keyboard here. It's a little fancy, so I gotta get used to using this for typing. Okay, so there's blue mascot locator. So actually, I can nuke him. Oops, let me make sure I kill the right guy. So I can make him go away because I got that locator now. So let me go ahead and do the same for this guy. Reset his values so he snaps into place. Just put him underneath the I have this group controller. I do this so I can actually rotate it around depending on if you're playing the red or the blue villager, so I can just swap it around because I always want your character to be on the left side. So I have this little rotator control right there, but let me call him. Alright, and move him down here, move him underneath. Alright, I want to make sure both these guys are actually, their scale are zeroed out, or to 1. I don't want that to get goofy when I attach a guy to him, so. Okay, mascot 1, make him go away. There we go. Alright, now at this point it's going to go freaky because I killed that. So I need to actually revise the script so it brings it in dynamically at runtime. Let me just start with adding that, and then I'll make it work correctly second. Alright, so I think it's going to be under the game controller and not the main menu, but let's check. It'll probably be under, if I'm consistent with my naming, let's see, versus, yeah, versus Blue Warrior. Okay. It's Lao. Yes, thank you. Alright. Okay, so TNet response. Okay. So select game of response. Enable. Okay, so I don't have it happening there, so maybe it is in let me try it this way. Do a search, global search. Versus, I'll do versus blue, see if that brings it up for me. Nope. Oh, I typed it wrong. That doesn't help. Versus blue. Once again, like I said, it didn't prep this at all. So this is a little flying by the seat of my pants here. Yeah, so that's the only instance of that. So, okay, so then how am I actually, let's check for, select game response, we call it, no, find, thank you. Game over, we call it at game over, so let me see if I can find, shows response, that's good, okay. Okay. There it is. That's what we're looking for. Okay, so the versus red script. Yeah. So this is the guy I was looking for. So villager menu. Is that what I called it? Oh, because originally I had them playing in the characters in the main menu. It was like appearing right here. So I originally was calling that script villager main menu, and then it got repurposed for the little mascot scene, and I just never bothered to rename that script. So I'll leave it because I already got it plugged in. Okay. So then I need to go ahead and boom, boom, boom. So if that's the only place, all right. Let me double check. If that's the only place, and I have time to get them imported in before that ever kicks off. Yeah. Cool. Okay. All right. So then we're loading in those guys. All substring. Okay. So if I want to bring this in here, we're going to get selected villager substring. For, and then mascot's equal to that one. All right. So I may actually not even have a name for that yet because I just loaded them in. So what I'm going to do is actually just go game object. And we'll say red mascot object, and then do the same for blue. Blue. Good. Alright, and then we will pair those up when we load the other villagers. Down in here. Okay. I just throw it underneath here, so. And let me double check. I do have them all in the same. Yeah. Let's go O1. So I say, oh, this is red. Red mascot object is equal to, and I'm going to borrow this code. Not use this keyboard still. Here we go. And that's going to be mascot value. Okay. Villagers. So, no, actually it's going to be mascot. So, change this term to mascot. Alright. So, that might actually work. Let me, switch over and do blue. Copy. Alright. And then change this from red to blue. Oops, I don't have that mascot value getting loaded in, so let me change that. And should be up here. Equals empty. That's good. Yeah, and then put the mascot value there. There we go. Boom. Loads it there. And then what we want to do is parent that, so we will do a temp object, and we'll just snap it to the temp object. Yeah, red mascot and blue mascot. So there it goes. So we say just make this temp object is equal to find. In this case, we're going to look for, this is the blue side, so we're going to look for the blue mascot. So we're going to find that locator, and then we'll take our blue mascot object, transform, parent, and he will be snapped to that temp object we just located. Parent, oops, transform, and then because it does a parent in place, so I want to go ahead and zero out all those values. Transform position equals vector 3, oops, vector 3 0, and then do the same for rotation. Local Euler angles, Euler, did I say Euler? Euler, sorry, equals 3. Alright, is it gonna let me get away with that? Yeah, cool. Alright, so that should snap that into place. Let me grab all these guys. I'm gonna throw this back over onto the red side. So say red mascot. Alright, we don't have that yet, do we? So let me find, oops, yeah, mascot equals, and this is still the blue side. Let me go red. There it is. So there we go. We associated the red object. So let's now we change all this blue to red. For red. There you go. Boom, boom, boom. There. Yeah, in theory, actually, that's all we need. So let me take a stab at this, see if this crashes. Well, first, let's see if we got any typos. Waiting. Nope, looks good so far. Okay, I'm gonna fire it up and see if they actually snap. Oh, not yet, because I gotta like actually. Nope. Okay. Okay, let me check out. So that it's missing that value. Let's see. Let me try this. Alright. It's probably going to come up 0. And I just need to make sure that that's not a 0 value ever. That should snap it correctly. Yeah, mascot 0. That's right. Okay. So that should never be a 0. Okay, let's see. Let's try this. And mascot value is equal to this substring, and we're gonna say int parse boom. There you go. And say, oh, you know what? Actually, I could be slick about this and say, yeah, if I just do a math f and I'll do a clamp, there we go. So I can automatically have it snap to at least a 1 value, and there's only 5 characters an island, so it can never be more than 5. So do that, and that should fix that. There. So, oh, and then let me actually assign that value. Value. There you go. And let me do that on the blue side. I'll leave that, but I think I don't need it anymore. Scott equals done. Cool. Okay. So let's see. In theory, this might work. Turn off the warnings. I don't care about the warnings. Okay. Alright, we got closer there. Ah, he's gonna like kick my butt here. Interesting. Okay. So they did pop up, but they didn't. Huh. Okay. So the values didn't zero out for some reason. Let's see. Oh, you know what? I gotta do local. That's why. I totally screwed that up, didn't I? So yeah, I parented it, and then I reset the values, but I reset them globally and not locally to the locator. So it just snapped to origin. But now that I see this, I also notice that, okay, whoops, he's way too big. That's interesting. Okay, so I want to go ahead and set both these guys like this. So why is that off? Versus, that's one. Oh, there it is. He's at a 1.5 value. Okay, so let me fix that. Yeah. So these guys are 1. There he goes. Apply. Where is he? There he is. Alright. So when I turn them into prefabs, they had that funky 1.5 value, which is not what I want. I don't think I do. Maybe they're actually going to look a little small on the island. I may have to adjust that. We'll see here in a second. I could just blow up the locator if I need to. Okay. So let me go back in and correct this. So this is simple fix. It's just let me find the right here. Boom, transform. That's it. I want that to be transform local position. And then angles, yeah, that's fine. But I need to find the other one. So let me go red. Local position. Done and done. Alright. That should get us where we want. Come on. It's thinking. Alright. Cool. Yeah, okay. So they're in the right spot now. That's good. But they are tiny. So let me just, if I cheat these guys up, I go 1.5, 1.5. Nah, it still sends them off. Crap. Alright, I gotta fix them. Actually, I guess I will put it back. Yeah. Because they're looking a little puny there. Okay. Let me do that. I'm going to undo what I just did a second ago. So 1.5, 1.5. Apply. Same here. Put him back. Whoops. 1.5, and I may just have to reposition, offset that locator so they actually come in flush on the little island there, but okay. No, actually they snapped in. Nice. That's funny. They did like the first 4 animations. They're identical. Well, supposed to be random, but they were perfectly in sync there for a moment. Cool. Good. All right. That was actually a bit easier than I thought it'd be. So now we got them set up. It's no longer hard-coded. Now it's actually modular, so I can load in the other characters. So what I need to do then is actually generate them. So I'm going to leave him out as a template, as a reference. You know what? Actually, let me start with the red, because I think I have all the reds. I may have to do red and blue versions of the other mascots. I may not have those available yet. So let me go back here. Alright, I'm going to throw him way up here, out of the way. There he goes. Okay. So that's good. So let's go ahead and start generating the others. We'll start with the dwarf character. Excuse me. Okay. Dwarf idol. Yeah, that's a good one. Alright, so let's find his texture first. Nope. I think that's... Okay, that's dwarf blue. I want dwarf red. Yeah. Boom. Cool. Alright, and I'm going to call him... actually, I guess I should be consistent with my the order that I have in the selection. That would be smart. So let me check. So I know it's the male warrior, female warrior, villager. So it's male, female, and then the dwarf, and then the ogre and the wizard. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Okay. So let me do this. Let me just see if I can copy this. Do the shortcut here. Call him mascot 3. Paste component is new. There we go. And then now we need to attach the animation controller for him. So we say this is dwarf, high res. There we go. And then we want to scale him up, I think, because these are 1.5. So let's go 1.5, 1.5. Whoa. Yep. And then we want to add that little shadow underneath him. Let's see, character shadow. Duplicate that. Move that over. Zero it out. Reset. Oops. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Get rid of that one there. He's looking pretty good. Alright. I think that's all I need. Don't know if I can actually... You know what? I'm going to hide his weapon. Yeah. Because he's not... no, he doesn't use his weapon. Only the wizard actually busts out his wand. Could have used it in the animation, but I didn't. So I might as well hide it. No need to have it accidentally show up or anything. So mascot 3. Okay, so then let's see if I go villagers. Yeah, so he's good. So let me go ahead and drag him in here. Mascot 3. All right. So red mascot. All right, we'll cheat here and just hard code this for a second, just to do a quick test. Make sure this comes up correctly. So instead of the male warrior, it should be the little dwarf character that pops up here. Let's see. Oops. Nope, it didn't like something here. Alright, I broke something there. Okay. Alright, so why did that... That's Blue Island, so that shouldn't have been an issue. Let's try that again. Interesting. Let me see, is that getting triggered by 2 player or just 1 player as well? No, the 1 player played fine. Okay, he's not doing much, but... Boom, boom. So... Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I have to scale him down. Get the light there. Okay. So I'm going to scale him down, and I have to figure out why he's not playing any animation. Dwarf high res. Animator. Taunting idle. So he should be doing stuff, but he's not. Okay, so number 1, his idle is not looping, so we gotta fix that. Minimize this, taunting idle, switch that to loop. There he goes. And put that back in here. Transition. Make this set as initial state. There he goes. Okay. Let's test these. Yeah. Looks fine there. So, unless I misnamed... Could have misnamed the file. Did I do that? That'd be stupid. Let's go back to my warrior. So it's taunting. Or high res. No, no. Nope. Whoop, wait. Yeah. Taunting 1, 2, 3. That's what I called it right here, isn't it? Taunting 1, 2, 3. Okay. So yeah, in theory that should be running fine. That's good. Oh. Let me do this. Maybe it's because he's always animate. Let's see if that was the culprit. Alright. Still not triggering. Okay. ¿Por qué? If not game active. Let's see. Taunting. Yeah. Oops. Taunting, so it's not a naming issue. So why does it not want to play anything? Okay, bit of a puzzle here. Figure it out. We come over to console. Compiling. Okay. Huh. Okay, it's not actually triggering in the animations. Why is it not triggering? Void play taunt. You know, actually, why not just kick it off initially, because it's. Let me remember where that play taunt call is coming from, and I may just actually have it come at the start. Huh. Oh, you know what? I think I know. Now remember, it's not in code. Check it out. It's a animation event. That's got to be it. So let me check this out. So if I'm going to come back over to Warrior, and then actually come down here to a let me go over to the red guy here. And if I come over to his, there it is. Yep, that's it. So when I have the idle playing, at the end of the idle, that's when it kicks off the taunt event. That's why it wasn't happening, because it's not a code. It is actually an animation event. So let me go ahead and put that back in. So, oh crap. Okay. So what I was doing before is I'm just dragging the taunt animation onto it from the original object. And when you do that, you get the read-only kind of thing. So what I need to do is actually come back into Dwarf. Boom. And then where's my Dwarf idle? There he goes. So when I pull the animation off of it from an object like that, I lose the ability to actually modify it. So I'm going to just hit Control D to duplicate it. Now he's back down here. So let me make sure I'm in the right character here. So let me go high res dwarf. There he goes. Now I'm going to delete that one and add this one. And the reason I'm doing that, let me set this up first. It says default. Make these guys transition back to him like that. There he goes. So now if I come into animation, taunting idle for him. There. Now I can actually add the animation event at the end. So do that. And I have this, and I call it taunt anim. I think that's what I called it, isn't it? Oh, no, sorry, play taunt. Oops. Play taunt. There, that should fix all that now. So, so if we kick this off, he should do an idle animation. At the end of it, he goes into, there it is. Then he goes into one of his little taunt animations. Yep. A raiding party of 8. Uh-oh, here we go. What's up, guys? Hey, thanks for the raid. Look at this. Hey. Sending some viewers my way. I appreciate it. It was getting awfully lonely in here. I was talking to myself. What's up, guys? Thanks for the raid. Look at that. That's awesome. What's up, guys? Channel Under Fire. I love it. I love it. Hey, so welcome, guys. So I'm making a mobile game called Valley Village. So where am I and how did I get here? You took a wrong turn at Albuquerque. So this is a mobile game I'm developing. Basically Angry Birds and meets Battleship kind of concept. It's going to be an online cross-platform game. So welcome, guys. Thanks for taking a look. Been working on it way too long. Yeah, nice. Alright, Bugs Bunny. Hey, look at that. Lilybite. Thank you, Lilybite. Appreciate the follow. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah. So, yeah. Albuquerque. Yeah. I knew I should have taken a left at Albuquerque. So, yeah, so this is, here, I'll show you real quick. Let me go maximize, bring it up. There you go. So, I say like Angry Birds because you target kind of like Angry Birds style. Drag your finger back, right? And then fire like that. So it's online real-time multiplayer. And the objective is you're actually going for these bouncing buildings because they actually power the enemy's force field. The force field right here. So if you take all those buildings out, they can knock out the force field and you win. And you see, like I said, it's not turn-based. It's actually real-time. So that's what makes it kind of more, kind of a unique concept in gameplay. So, and he just, oh, visuals look good. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I am a one-person team, so that's my excuse for taking forever to get the stupid game done. But you can see he's actually sent out villagers. You can do that to repair your buildings. But then the problem with that is when you send villagers out, that means you got fewer guys left on your catapult, and your reload times take longer. So I can fire faster than he can. These little crates that pop up on the side, they're power-ups, and whoever shoots it first scores it for 15 seconds. If the building is rocking, don't throw a rock. I like that. So, and then, so the objective here is I could actually finish them off, but if you're playing an online game, the more destruction you get, the more points you get. So at this point, rather than trying to take out his catapult, I'm going to get greedy. And the upside is that that gives the losing side a chance to maybe sneak back in and maybe win. You know, so I can get greedy for a while. And then, oh, and this one's a fun one. Check this out. So if you hit this one, this is a stop sign. So it actually puts your opponents to, oh, I missed. I just missed. Crap. There it is. Boom. So those guys are snoozing for 15 seconds helplessly. It seems like villager repair is far less effective than a catapult. It is, but well, here I'll show you this. So you can send the guys out, but you can also do this, right? And click on it and rebuild faster. I do love the art style. Thank you, Lily. I appreciate that. I mean, if you want to go nuts, you can send everyone out, right? And watch out. Watch if I'm tapping away on this. Oops. You can see how fast I'm rebuilding the buildings now, right? So if you're like frantically trying to get a building back up, you can do that. But now that I sent all my guys out, you can see my reload meter is empty because they're all out repairing buildings. There's no one left to reload the launcher. So I can like split the difference, and that's what he was doing. So I'm going to split the difference here. I'm going to finish him off here. The green arrow, by the way, that actually speeds your guys up. So he's actually reloading faster, but it doesn't matter because I'm about to put him away. Like, boom, like that. There you go, and game over. And you see the island sinks. And then the sharks come up and chase the little villagers away. They have to swim like crazy. They don't catch them because I know if they get eaten and there's blood in the water, then my age rating would actually jump up at like another 10 years. So I don't do that. But so that's the general gist of the game. I'll show you real quick. I say it's Angry Birds meets Battleship. I say that because you actually customize the layout, so you can like place the buildings where you like. If you've got, let's see, if you got all your guys out, shouldn't the repair speed be comparable to the speed that the catapult is fired? Not really. I don't want the I don't want to be able to. I want the catapult to be superior to the building repairs. So they don't even take over the other island. Why are they even fighting? playing music too loud for each other. Yeah, I'm gonna do like a video, sort of story video, and it's just the idea that it initially starts as one unified island, and then there ends up being like a misunderstanding spat between the two of them, and then they like in a sword fight, and one of them like swings that miss, hit the ground, and then the island splits into two, and of course they, of course this means war, if I can continue the Bugs Bunny motif there. So it's just it's a two islands that split into one, right? And it just becomes sort of like a little feudal thing. It's not even worth the other island. They just want them doomed. They don't want them captured. So going back to the other point, yeah, I want the catapult to be the superior thing. I want the building repair to be more sort of like as a fallback if you feel like you need to bring some buildings back online. And the other thing too is I don't, if I balance it that way where the buildings can easily be repaired, then the games are going to drag on for forever. And because this is more like a casual game, I want the games to be a little quicker than that, just a couple minutes in length, before you move on to the next opponent. Let's see. A guy splits the island with a single sword. So I want that guy on my side. Yeah, okay. So I'm taking liberties there, of course, but it was just a goofy premise. I created the concept for the game before I actually created the premise. That's sort of like the guys that make the movie posters and then make the movie based on the idea of the poster. Reminds me of the very beginning of Red versus Blue. Why are we here? There you go. Yeah. Oh man, Yeah, if we're gonna start doing red versus blue coats, I'm gonna be here all night long. I love that one. Are you girls twins? Bow chicka bow bow. Uh, it's still just two bases in a box canyon. Yeah, these are just two islands in the middle of the water. That guy fell in the water after he split the islands. Yeah. Unfortunately, the super guy with the super sword. Yeah, he went into the drink and the sharks ate him before we were watching, so I don't get the age rating increase. So as the players get more skilled, the reason to repair disappears. Not really, because I mean, they'll all kind of the skills will increase on a across the spectrum. So they'll reload the launcher faster as well as repair the buildings. But I am Shira cracks island in half. Yeah. So here, I'll show you. Let me come back out here. So here's the villagers. Oh, oops. Let me correct that. Done. Wait, why is you saying it offline? You're not offline. You lie. It lies like a rug. Uh-oh, did I just find a bug? Let's see. I am online, so I customize. There it goes. Okay, just quirked out. So, yeah, when you switch, you can actually. Hey, we got another follow. Is that Jitspo? I hope I pronounced that right. Thank you so much for the follow, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you. This is great. I'm rated, and I got 2 new follows. Woohoo! So, thank you. Awesome. So yeah, these are the different characters you can actually unlock through gameplay, and you can see the attributes are pretty much the same. Rest in peace, Strim, Strim, Strim. Okay, that one I don't get. Rest in peace, Strim. Almost. Strim had a stroke. Oh, it's back. Oh, my stream died? Did I lose my stream there for a second? Uh-oh. My Twitch name? Scary Robot Games. I have that effect on things sometimes. Did I just disappear? Okay. Well, here's the situation. It's back now, but yeah, it stopped for a sec. Oh, I froze for a second. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I want my time back for that 1 minute. So okay, sorry. Let me stream. Okay. So let me give a little context here. Okay. First off, oh, hey, look at that. Is that you? Or do you just? Oh no, that's one of those guys. Zorchenheimer. Zorchenheimer. Now that's a freaking awesome name. I love that. Okay, so I am a one-person team. I'm based out of Las Vegas, Nevada. Been doing game development for 8 years, but I also have worked as an animator for 20 years. Yeah, thank you for the follow. I've been doing animation for 20 years, and what happens is every now and then I get a call from Los Angeles asking me to come back and work for a couple of weeks. So I am not home in Las Vegas. I'm actually in Los Angeles for 4 weeks working on a couple of TV shows, which I can't mention yet, but once I'm done and they come out, I'll tell you what I was working on. But so that's how I'm spending my day, animating like crazy, and then expensive place to live. Los Angeles is insanely expensive, but yeah, that's why I fled to Las Vegas. There we go. Blue Screen Gaming. Hey, look at that. Thank you, sir. So I am here in Los Angeles, and I'm working all day, and then I found this great place, Blue Screen Gaming, here in Culver City. David behind me, thank you so much for setting me up. He's got me all set up, and so I am working kind of in this quasi-remote status. I just brought my work with me, so I animate for 8 hours all day, and then Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I kind of sneak over here. LA and LV, where the wildlife thrives. Yeah, Vegas is pretty crazy. Yeah, but it is so much cheaper than LA. I lived in LA for 12 years. Like I said, I've been doing animation for 20, so I was out here for a long time, and you don't even have a blue screen. Sheesh. It's the sign. Let's see. It's right there. There you go. See that? There's the blue screen. It's that right there. It says Blue Screen Gaming. So there you go. And yeah, I got it. Look, I got. Or is that teal? Is my background more teal than blue? Okay. So, anyways, just to finish the point, I moved to Vegas about 8 years ago, 7 years ago, just an experiment to start doing game development. But I still get calls to come back to LA, which I'm thrilled about because that means I can come to LA, work for a few weeks, earn some LA cash, and then retreat back to Vegas, live cheap, and keep working on the games. So that's it. Kind of a strange thing. I'm set up here, and Dave was nice enough to let me perch myself and do this kind of thing. So I do a couple hours here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Just kind of keep plugging away in the game, which, because the animation work, this game has taken way too long. I actually started this game 3 years ago. If you take away all the animation work that I do on the side, or all the freelance work, this game probably has about a year and a half worth of development into it. But home stretch. Oh, let me tell you this, guys. Actually, if you're an Android user, you can actually go to Google Play right now, and you can actually find a beta version of this game if you want to try it out. If you're not an Android user, you can actually go to the website ScaryRobot.com, which is my company, which is a joke because I animate a bunch of Scary Robots over the years, and I have a web version of the game available on there as well. The web version is kind of dated, so I apologize about that up front. What kind of things have you animated that you can talk about? Oh, geez. Okay. I'll go through the quick list. I'm sorry if it's redundant for anyone else. I animated the Cylons on Battlestar Galactica for the first couple seasons. We even got an Emmy nomination, the very first episode, which was called 33. We got to go to the Emmys for that one. Unfortunately, we lost to the pilot episode of Lost, which sucks. But hey, we got to go to the Emmys. I animated the Terminator for Sarah Connor Chronicles. You can also use the Nox emulator on a PC to play Android games. Oh, sweet. Okay, thank you. Oh, Slayer Silk. Slayer Silk has given me a follow. Thank you, Slayer Silk. I appreciate that. I thought they just used human actors for that. They did in the original one, the one that I grew up with when I was a kid, the original Battlestar Galactica. Yeah, but the one that was now a decade old. Okay, I'm dating myself, I know, but no. I got to animate the first couple episodes before this stuff got outsourced to Canada, which, by the way, is why I started making games. Battlestar Galactica is the reason I started making video games, because I was 2 episodes in on Battlestar Galactica, and they came up to me and they said everything just got outsourced to Canada. And that I just told my buddies, it's like, uh-oh, that's our future. So I started playing with video game development. But the nice thing is that I still had other chances. If you're BSG fans, let's see, a lot of movie people getting into game dev recently. Yeah, it's just, there's so much potential and so much future for it. But okay, so if you're a Battlestar Galactica fan, if you watch the final episode of season 1 with Boomer, when she goes on to the Cylon base star, and you see there's like a whole bunch of clothing optional versions of Boomers, I actually did that shot. I modeled and modeled and animated clothing optional Boomers for that wide shot. So there's like 10 of them standing around there. So they actually paid me to do that. Let's see. I mentioned Terminator for Sarah Connor Chronicles. Let's see. Transformers, War for Cybertron, the video game. Let's see. Worked on Halo 3. I'm in the credits for Halo 3. Let's see. Oh, geez. Falling Skies, which, by the way, is the joke because I animated all these robots, and somebody made the joke that it's like all I ever seem to animate is scary robots. So my company is called Scary Robot. More recently, last year, I worked on The Flash, Supergirl, and Legends of Tomorrow for CW. There's a company up in Burbank that I worked 6 months on that. So if you're a Flash fan, the stuff in Gorilla City, I had a hand in that. Not by myself, of course. There was a team of animators. I think just on Flash alone, I think there was like 16 or 20 different animators. So I was one of many, but I got to do some cool shots. I animated my first robot. Not sure if it's scary or not. So yeah, if you're a Flash fan and you saw the Gorilla City sequence, when Sullivar backhands Grodd, like drops him to the ground, that was actually my shot, which is actually one of the fastest ones all of like 10 frames. Hey, it's a start. It's a start. Um, so yeah, I bunch of stuff on that, and then right now, like I said, I'm working on a bunch of TV shows and a little bit of a movie stuff, which unfortunately can't talk about yet, but I will spill the beans on that later. So that's let's see. Just little things here and there. I mean, let's see. Novelty things. I animated Joseph Gordon-Levitt in the movie Premium Rush. It's the one where he's like riding around the bicycle, and there's one shot where he can like visualize going through intersections, kind of like a Jedi kind of thing. There's one point where he calculates that if he goes this way, he gets hit by a couple of vehicles and pinwheels in the air. That was me. I did that one. What do you animate with? I use Maya LT. Here you go. Speaking of, so when I'm at home, I use Maya LT. When I'm on a job, it's usually just regular Maya. Maya LT is a cheaper version. There's no rendering tool, but it's also tremendously cheaper. The regular version of Maya, I think, leases for $185 a month, which is way too much for me. Excuse me, but Maya LT is like $20. So this way I can just animate my characters. Let me see, I'll load in. And it has all the benefits of regular Maya, except for the fact that I can't render, but that's fine because I can just take the character out and export it into another program that I use. I use one called Lightwave, and then I can just render it over on that side if I need to render anything. Maya LT is pretty good. Yeah, I agree. I'm totally happy with it. When they first released Maya LT, it was heavily neutered. They had a lot of the stuff was missing, and I think enough people complain that over the last few years they keep putting more and more tools in there. So at this point, Maya, whoa, Lightwave, I haven't heard that in ages. Yeah, that was actually okay. So here, okay, you guys want your fun fact for the night? I haven't heard that name in a long time. A long time. Yeah, of course I know it. I used it. Season 1 for Battlestar Galactica, the Cylons were actually animated in Lightwave. I did that in Lightwave, which was a nightmare. Animation tools in Lightwave were really bad back then, and quite honestly, they're about the same. Season 2 was actually done in Maya. Yeah, that's why I went with Modo over Maya LT at the time. Plus, I was able to buy out Modo Indie at a single price, which... Trivia, Modo was actually created by Brad Peebler, the guy that wrote the modeling program for Lightwave. So I always thought that Modo is the true spiritual successor to Lightwave. Modo is what Lightwave should have grown into. But, it's, if I should actually upgrade to Modo, I know that. But I'm just kind of content with using Lightwave. I mean, I've been using Lightwave at this point. Lightwave for 20 years. Literally, my hardware dongle on Lightwave is 4,000 something. So I mean, I was like, actually 1996. So over 20 years. But hello, Modo. Yeah, you know what? You're totally right. I mean, Modo is definitely the better modeling tool for sure. I mean, there's no doubt. And it's just, I can't bring myself to pony up the cash. I can never figure out Modo's renderer though. It's so different. Is it? I haven't played with it at all. But and I guess I justify it too because of the models I'm making. I mean they're all like just low poly guys. Wireframe. So I'm just doing game objects, especially like mobile game objects. So for me, I can't really justify ponying up the cash from Modo. When I still got Lightwave, and I know it so well, but it's a procedural renderer, so it can do some super crazy stuff. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I got a bunch of my old Lightwave friends have switched over to Modo, and have just done some fantastic work. But I actually here you go. If you want some novelty stuff, just to help sell Lightwave, if any of you guys out there. Any of you guys are Amazon Prime users by any chance? Do you guys have access to Amazon Prime? If you do, here I'll show you real quick. a buddy of mine who is a super cool actor. Let me try Amazon.com. He made a short film, and he recruited me to actually do some stuff on it. So he made this film called The 7/16. There you go. So yeah, here you go. See if I can show the trailer. So I did this about a year and a half ago, and it finally got released on Amazon. There you go. There's some Lightwave for you right there, right out of the box. That is that was a native Lightwave render, so you can still do some decent stuff with it. You know, I was doing it on my laptop. This is so I was working on this was a year and a half ago. I was working on Flash during the day, and then I was staying in a room up in Burbank. So I was hunched down on the ground with my laptop, and I would work on this short film at night. And there's about, I don't know, I think about 15 to 20 different shots in there, little spaceship shots here and there. But the guy that made it right here, let me come back here. Will you let me go back? His name is Andrew Bowen. There he is. This guy right here. So if you ever like watch old Mad TV shows, he used to be one of the cast members, and he pops up. He is a true working actor. He's been doing it for a gajillion years, and I've known him for quite a few years now, and he recruited me to do this, and it turned out really great. I'm hoping actually gets some. There you go. There's some more Lightwave goodness. Here you go. Ready? Boom. There he goes, falling out of the sky. So you're one of the 3 or 4 people without Prime. Well, you know what? Actually, I thought most people didn't have Prime. They just have friends that have Prime, and they just use their login accounts. Isn't that the way it normally works? So, anyways, the point is that I still use Lightwave. I don't do that much rendering, but I still do a ton of modeling stuff in it, for sure. So this is just nice and convenient for me to make the little models, my little low poly mobile game models. So if I ever shift into doing PC games, well, that requires having friends. That is true. You could throw up an ad, just say, hey, looking for friends, preferably that have Amazon Prime accounts that they're willing to share. Okay, you might want to work on that sales pitch. That may not be the best approach. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. What are friends? They are. What are friends? They are. Oh crap! I don't know either. Modo has an indie version, by the way. So if you ever wanted to get into Modo without the cost, oh cool. Okay. Is that just like the? Is it a streamlined version, or is it just? I'll have to look that up. I know I need to jump into it. I know I need to like spend the time and get ramped up into Modo use. But yeah. So going back to the friends thing, right? It seems like you have 2 different kind of friends, right? I say this a million times, but I think it's so true. You have the friends are the ones that call you up, right, and go, hey, what's going on, right? And then you have the other friends. They go, hey, what's going on? By the way, you know, I have quite a few of those. It's streamlined, no scripts. Oh, gotcha. But you, talking about Modo, the light version, but you do get everything else, including the renderer. They were more liberal than my LT with features. Okay. You know what? You got me. I will definitely look into that when I get back home to Vegas in December. So I am here in LA. I got here last weekend. I just started this week, and I'm going to be doing my animation job till December 7th, and then I go home to Vegas. Can't wait. And I will definitely check out Modo once I get back home, the light version. Yeah, I got tons of friends that use Modo like crazy, so I know I should shift over to that. Any good nightclubs in LA? David? Any good nightclubs in LA? You're asking a guy that lives in Vegas, okay? Okay. I'll tell you. Okay, tell me if I'm boring you guys, but I'll tell you my good fun nightclub story here in Los Angeles. So there's a club called the Sky Bar, which, you know what, actually see if I can dig up a photo, because this place is just like unreal. Let me see if give me 1 second here. Let me switch over to Google. So, like I said, it's called the Sky Bar, and it's right there on Sunset in the heart of Hollywood. Let me switch back over here. Let's go images. Oops. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So check this out. So you're like right here. This is the Sky Bar, right? This thing is amazing, right? And I would never get in one of these clubs in a million years, right? It just, you know, I mean, I dress like a nerd. I dress like a programmer, right? You know, a VFX guy. I mean, this is, you know, so I would never actually get a chance to go into this place normally, but this is once again a cajillion years ago. I interviewed to work on Star Wars 3. I feel you. Thank you. I interviewed for Star Wars 3. I was working at a company called Digital Domain in Venice at the time, and I managed to wrangle an interview for Star Wars 3, as in the prequels. Yes, I know, but in hindsight, did the interview, and I thought it went really well, right? But you know, it finished, and I was walking out the door, and I was just about to leave, and the woman that interviewed me ran up to me, and she said, "What are you doing tonight? What's up?" And she goes, "We're doing a little get-together at the Sky Bar. Would you like to come?" You had me at, "What are you doing?" right? So I go, right? And I'm just happy to be at this thing, right? I mean, first off, just to walk into this bar, you see these shots. Look at this. I mean, this is insane. You're like right on the hills, looking out all over LA, right? Once again, I would never get in this place normally anyways. And I walk in, and the place is filled with all of my childhood legends, right? Dennis Muren, I mean, all these guys that I grew up worshiping, because, I mean, I'm a Star Wars kid. I grew up on Star Wars. And all these visual effects gurus are in this building, and I'm just mingling with them, you know, at the Sky Bar. So, I mean, that's one of those, like, surreal, I can't believe this is kind of happening stories. But that was a blast. And it's like it was like fantastic. I was rubbing elbows with these guys, and I call up my wife. It's like, "Pack, we're going to Northern California. I'm gonna go work on Star Wars," and they never called. I don't know what happened between the great interview and the rubbing elbows. I don't know if I said the wrong thing or what, but you know, I did not actually end up getting that job. I didn't go up to California. I didn't work on the prequel movie, but you know, now that having seen the prequels, that's not the worst thing that happened to me. So that's fine. I just stayed back here in LA and worked like crazy and worked on tons of other fun stuff. So unfortunately, I didn't get that Star Wars connection, but close. But so there you go. Yes, Sky Bar, a beautiful bar. There's a ton. All these are like right here on up that way on Sunset, and they're like swanky bars. I did get into the Viper Room once. That was Johnny Depp's club. My wife had a friend that was launching an album there, so I got to go in there and check out that place. And man, I mean, it's a famous bar, but man, that thing is like the size of a closet. I mean, you go in that bar, you better not be claustrophobic because it was just so small. But yeah, so I hear there are lots of nice bars, but not like I really got to go into many of them. I've gotten to know a few other animators in the movie industry. They said it's a very small community with maybe a pool of 3,000 people that pretty much do a lot of their top tier work. Animators. Yeah, you know what? That's very true. I mean, the fact that I moved, 250 miles away, and I still get calls to come back and do animation work is, it shows. I mean, part of it is because I am established, because I've been doing it long enough that they know me, they know what I can do, But actually, speaking of feature stuff, most of my stuff is all episodic television work, TVs and video games. Just because the feature films, I don't really have that much patience. I mean, I love TV stuff. Okay, for example, here you go. I'll give you a perfect example. if you ever watch Battlestar Galactica, season two, I think it's the second episode of season two. It's one where all the Cylons actually climb on the Galactica. And sorry if that's spoilers for anyone that hasn't watched the show, but it's over a decade old, so I think the spoiler label lapses at this point. But that was a situation where I ended up with 21 shots, actually 22 shots. I did 22 shots, but one of them actually got cut, which is a shame because it was a really cool shot. But I had 21 shots, and I had 10 days to actually get the stuff done. So I was working like crazy. And back then, they didn't really pay overtime, so I was just working like night and day to get it done. But I was, I was younger, I was hungrier, and I was happy to do it all. But so with episodic television, you are always in a rush, right? I mean, there's so many shots I can show you that I've worked on that were done in just sometimes hours. Well, I mean, like the one I mentioned earlier, where Grodd, when Sullivar, when he slaps Grodd in the Gorilla City one, that was literally my first pass I did as a rush because my buddies wanted to go to lunch, and I only inherited the shot at like 10 a.m. So I kicked it out at like 11:45. So it was like an hour and 45 minutes for that whole shot, and I came back and I actually got approved on my first go around, which normally never happens. A lot of the shots get pushed back a lot. There's one shot. Sorry, I don't remember which episode it was, but it's a Flash episode where Kid Flash is starting to come into his own, and they're chasing a guy in a motorcycle, and there's like this one shot in slow motion where the guy in the motorcycle shoots a bunch of projectiles, and they all go in slow motion, and Flash and Kid Flash are ducking and weaving for 8 seconds. That was my shot. The only thing that is real is the alleyway. All the other stuff that you see in there is me just animating like crazy, and that one would not die. That shot went for forever. I ended up with all the revisions and changes, it went for weeks. So, but normally you have shots that last. Yeah, it's depending on how many notes you have, with how many revisions and that kind of stuff. But to me, TV's funner. TV is more fun, just because you bang through the stuff so much faster, right? You have to you get to see how much detail you can put into it without running out of time. So I always enjoyed that, just because with feature films you work on the same shot for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I don't have the patience, man. I mean, when you're just doing the same little tweak on something, and you have to wait like a day or two to get feedback, I can't do that. I need it to be much faster. So that's it. Anything else interesting on TV stuff? Let's see. And I don't know. There's tons of little stories. I'd have to like think on it. But I mean, if you guys have any questions in particular, you know what? Okay, here you go. All right. So this is a really dated one. But if you go here, if you go to my website, I think this is. Let me actually double check. Make sure I give you the right one. But sorry, hang tight here 1 second. Let's see. Yep, okay. Here you go. So this is a demo reel. This is actually a couple of years old. So, but if you go to dustin3d.com, you can see a bunch of the stuff I've worked on over the years. Just little things here and there. So, I mean, if anyone has any questions about anything specifically, I'm happy to talk about it at this point, except for what I'm working on right now, which I can't talk about yet. But I will come back and talk about it later. It's some fun stuff. I was originally supposed to work on 2 things, but I think I'm actually going to end up working on 5 things before I go home. So, fun. So, excuse me. I still enjoy doing it. It's just that, I was too tired of trying to chase all the work here in LA and trying to keep, with LA trying to keep that cost of living going. Excuse me. In LA, it's just crazy. So this is kind of my ideal scenario, come out here, work for a while, and then retreat back to Vegas, which, oh yeah, you want to talk about clubs, Las Vegas. So yeah, Las Vegas is kind of a small, quiet town, but okay, they may have like 1 or 2 nightclubs in there, 1 or 2,000 nightclubs, but once again, I haven't really been to many of them. I'm getting a little older, and I'm not a young single guy, so I don't really go to many of those. But They definitely have a ton of them. But yeah, happy in Vegas. But it's nice to come back to LA occasionally and pick up some animation work. So, all right. Sorry, I went way down that rabbit hole, didn't I? I'm sorry about that. I was talking about the game. Excuse me. So actually, you know what? Since you guys are still here, I have a question for you. So I was just had this idea today, and I'm still playing around with my head. I don't know if I want to go this route or not, but it's cool. Vegas, Vegas is the cool thing, or my demo reel. I'm not sure which, but yeah. Love your reel, by the way. Oh, thank you. Thanks. Yeah, yeah. Vegas is great. I don't live proper in like downtown Vegas. I actually my wife and I live in a suburb south of it, so it's nice. I mean, it's like living like in a little, you know, like a Spielberg kind of suburb area, you know. But then we can go hang out in Vegas whenever we want. So here's my question for you guys. If you guys are willing to offer me some feedback. So here's my thought. So right now, the way the game works is you play for coins, right? So let me come back here. When you play an online game, you play for coins, and the coins allow you to play additional matches, of course, and the coins will also allow you to unlock the villagers as well as the launchers. Oh, you do that? That's it. Okay. I think I timed out. That's why. So let me just do this. Let me go offline. I'll just come back in. I think if you wait long enough, it kicks you off of my server. So I gotta fix that. I don't want you to get kicked off, but so you can choose your launchers. I got it. So you start with this, and you add these other characters, you know. But so here's what I'm thinking of. So you spend, you know, your coins and your gems. But I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about doing a thing where the game is free to play, right? So what I'm thinking of is still keep it free to play, but when you download it, you get just local play, right? You can play 1 or 2 players. You can either play against. Here I'm just going to play against the computer, right? Or you can come back out. You can actually play 2 players at the same time on the same device. I'll show you that real quick. So you can play side by side like this, right? So what I'm thinking is give this away for free, right? You could do this and play this all you want, right? No cost, ad free, all that kind of stuff. 99 cents, and I'll unlock the multiplayer, right? Just as a one-time charge, and then you can go online, and then you get access to these characters, and then rather than having to spend the coins on it, all these characters get unlocked through gameplay, right? As you level up and just play more and more games, these other characters become available to you. So that was my concept. Rather than go back to the traditional, which I know it's the usual way is you have the endless coins. You know, you can either get free coins, which I have like this, or you can just buy more coins. You know, I'm the editor, so it's not showing the values, but it sounds like a solid draw to me. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I literally, when I was sometimes when I'm animating, my mind kind of wanders. Reskin the game and call like El Diablo Immortal. It will probably do better than Blizzard's Diablo Immortal when it comes out. Oh man, I'm not going anywhere near that. Yeah, like there's not enough hate going around for that with the mobile connection, right? So it just, I mean, I'm thinking about it. The downside is that I would get just a one-time 99-cent fee out of someone, and if they play it for forever, they're still going to be playing on my servers, which I have to pay for the servers. But hopefully enough people will come on board, you know, and give it a try. I would have self-advertising in the beginning, though. If you like this game, check out my other games. Yeah, I have that in some of my other older titles, on the free version, I mean. Yeah, I totally agree. This is actually my 6th game. I've released 5 before, and then some of the other ones I did that where it's like, hey, you know, hey, you like this game, and I'll probably have that in the options menu. Check out other games. I haven't incorporated it yet, but that's not a bad idea. Or maybe I could do that. Maybe I could just have ads in the free version, but I don't know. You know what? I hate that. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just if you download the game, right, and you don't pay for it, then you get access to 1 or 2 player local play. Done. No ads. Do whatever you want. But if you actually want to get your name on the leaderboard, right? If you want to like have a chance to like get your high scores on there, most wins, if you want to get on this board, then you have to like actually pay 99 cents, and then you can play online. You can either play random matches or you can challenge your friends. So, and only like one startup ad that's easy, quick to skip. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's actually not a terrible idea. Although, to be honest, some of my older games are, when I say older, they are older. My first game I released at this point 8 years ago. And some of the games are pretty long in the tooth and could use an update. So I think it's a great tool to promote your current games, but I'm not sure how well it works on some of the older titles. But yeah, that's actually a smart move. So time for a rebuild. If you don't want ads, just put a pop-up with a link to your Patreon. Okay, it's funny you mention that. So I'll show you. I did that once. I'll show you. I made a game which I originally designed as a PC game. Wait, where are you going? Really? Okay. Oh, that's weird. It behaves weird. So this is a game that originated as a PC game. Oops, stop the bots.com. Oh, come on, Bing. There you go. So it's a puzzle platform game. Here, I'll kill the volume so you don't have to be subjected to that. And so this is when I did that kind of concept. The game, I released the entire game for free. There's like 90 levels. I think I got it, or is it 100 levels? I have to go back and it's years ago that I released this. And then what I did was I just had a pay what you want kind of mentality. On the buttons it just says, play the whole game, and if you like it, here are 4 buttons. You can toss me 99 cents, or you can toss me up to $50, right? Or $20, whatever the amount I put in there. And yeah, it didn't really happen. No one really spent much time. It did okay in terms of downloads. It got quite a few people tried it out and played it, but no one was really interested in actually paying for it. So I guess the Patreon route of having something go along that way might be viable. The other catch too is I hate to be a teaser about this. I know I was teasing about the stuff I'm working on with the animation, but my next game I'm working on is actually going to be a very high profile game. As soon as the guy I've partnered with who owns the license, as soon as I actually get his approval, I'll actually start talking about it more publicly. But that one I think is going to have a built-in audience as soon as I even start talking about it. So I think that one will be less of an issue. And part of the reason why I'm kind of thinking that the Valley Village I may just push out in this kind of one-time payment option, right? People are usually more likely to sub for $1 a month or Patreon than a one-time thing like subs on Twitch. Valid point. You know what? I can't argue that. I agree. I'm still, yeah, as you can tell, I'm still new to the streaming thing. I'm only about, a month in now. And that doesn't even count because 1 week I was, gone back in LA for Unity Unite meetings. So I've only been streaming for about 3 weeks. So I'm still trying to get my legs and figure out what to do and not to do. So, yeah, if you look on my page, you see I don't really have anything set up for, getting any kind of bits or any kind of payment stuff. But I should do that. I totally agree. Yeah, under $5 things are important. Yeah. Excuse me, I agree. So I'll think about it. Definitely all food for thought. Yeah, but I mean, it's just the Patreon idea I think is nice, is sort of like a way to sort of for Patreon. Gotcha. But I don't know how viable it is in terms of as an outright place. I think as using Patreon to subsidize your other stuff, I think is a viable thing. And it's I think some of the people that do Patreon joke the fact that I make enough off Patreon to supersize my McDonald's meal. So let's see, not sure how it is with Patreon, but I've had the option to donate for my paintball game. It had lots of players and downloads for a while, but only a couple people donated. Yeah, I mean it's a hard thing. I mean it's hard enough getting people to download a game, but to get them to actually convert and start, ponying up some cash, that's a massive threshold. I have 6 Patreons right now. I love every single one. My games aren't even close to being done. That's funny. Wow. So you support 6. Okay, I gotta believe that you're kind of like an outlier, though. I think that's exceptional. I think like maybe some people do like 1 or 2, but 6. That's very cool. That's nice. That's I keep a thorough blog there. Oh, cool. Okay. That's cool. Well, this is this is my. I'm too lazy to type to do a proper blog. I've tried that before. I have like a newsletter which I've neglected. I figured if I do the streaming, no, I mean 6 people. Oh, supporting you. Oh, gotcha. Okay, sorry, I misread that. I'm on the same page with you now. Okay, so you have 6 people. So, but that's not exactly paying the bills. I'm guessing, unless they're incredibly generous. Which may be possible, but I mean it's cool that you're supported, but I mean it's supported like beer money or supported like the rent is paid kind of money. That's the question mark. But then that's why I come to LA and do some animation, and so it's less of an issue. No, but I totally expect it to grow as my games evolve. Oh, that's cool. I like that. Okay. Yeah, it's a long-term thing. Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm definitely on board with this, the streaming thing. I did it as a tentative toe in the water concept. But I mean, it's so far so good. I mean, I've had a lot of sessions where it's just me talking to myself, But when people drop in, I mean, I enjoy the chatting for sure. The end goal is to 100% support my projects and my bills through Patreon. Oh, nice. Best of luck, Lilybite. That's very cool. Do you want to like post what your some links to that? I'd love to check it out because I'll be terrible at trying to search for it. After like 8 hours of animation and doing this, I expect it to take years. Alright, that's starting to sound like a government project now. Wait, so what? You want to talk details? I mean, what kind of game are you doing? Can you discuss it a little bit? I'm curious now. I mean, come on, you've got backers, right? I've got some subs that are coming by and saying hello, but you got actual backers. That's that's way beyond me. So is it like what, mobile, PC, RPG, MMO? Isn't that the joke? Yeah, I'm gonna make my first game. I'm gonna start off with an MMO. I'm building a small-scale MMO. Oh, nice! You are doing that. I call it a micro MO. Nice. That's ambitious. So, what are you actually doing the game in? Are you doing it? What platform? Like Unity, Game Maker? What? I get the dragon things all the time. So, what tools are you using? Is it? I mean, obviously, I'm a Unity guy myself, but I'm always curious what people work with. I'm using Godot. Oh, for the client, the server is written in C++ from scratch. So you're a real programmer, right? Oh, got it. Okay, not my little hack and slash kind of code, which is like half borrowed from other people's stuff. Dimoria. All right, I'm gonna bring it up right here. Check this out. Bring this up. There we go. Page. Nice. There you go. So, you got some test clients. Nice. Cool. Was complete. So yeah, so you started October of last year. I'm not a web designer. Oh, please. You're not a web designer. Look. This is me. I mean, I got no room to talk. You can here's the thing. I think you can tell the quality or the lack of quality of your website depending on how many emails you get a day from people going, "Hey, do you want help doing your web page? I feel like, I mean, your response was like, I have a web page, and they come back and they go, yeah, I know. Uh, yeah. So mine are just really basic, So I'm no one to talk, but yeah, I always do like the last minute. I just throw the page together, and I always tell myself I'm gonna come back and do it properly, and it doesn't happen. I keep, I swear, the worst thing is when I go to someone else's webpage, especially like any game websites, and I just go, that's the webpage. I need mine to look like that. The screenshot is also outdated. Yeah. Oops. Did I lose it? Oh, there he goes. Yeah. This one, that's a little outdated. Yeah. I'm the same way too. If you come back to the Valley Village, yeah, I don't know if you, let's see. Do I have yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. No, actually I did update some of the photos, but if you come back to the main page and see if I can zoom in here. No, I can't zoom in. Ah, you jerk. But I mean, this is like my super old graphics, and I never even bothered to update that either. I can show you how to get the site the way you want it. Easy. It's not hard. You know what? You're right. I mean, I have a little WYSIWYG program to do that. It's just that I go in with these great ambitions. It's like, okay, this is what I wanted to do, and I get like 20 minutes in, and I'm just kind of going, I don't want to devote the time to this. I got to get my staff. Oh wait, I have no one. Once I get the game successful, I'll hire proper people and do it the way it should be done. But in the meantime, I got the placeholder kind of thing. WordPress makes it crazy easy. Yeah, I looked at it before, and I know there's a bunch of great templates for it. So I know WordPress. I use what is it? Xara, I think is the one I use. I don't have it with me. Once again, I'm in the field, and it's just I know what I'm doing is just basically scratching the surface of what it actually can do. So I know I should actually step up my game, and I will. I mean, I'm gonna do it proper. Okay. The problem is investing time into building a website takes away from building games. As a solo person, I have to prioritize. I totally agree. I'm using Adobe Muse, but Adobe is getting rid of Muse next year. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, but I mean, you're totally right. I mean, I thought one of the cool things is once I started devoting myself to making games that I was going to spend all this time playing games, and I literally have like 400 games on Steam that I've never downloaded. I get like the Humble Bundle things, and I get all these games, and anytime I start playing a game, I get like 10 minutes in, I'm going, you should, hey, you should be making your game right now. Why are you playing games? You're wasting your time. Go make your game. So, yeah, I have a hard time committing myself to those things that I feel aren't getting the game done. Yeah, I know the feels. Yeah, there you go. We're on the totally on the same page there. I play maybe an hour or two a week now. Yeah. You know what? And this is so terrible. I actually have my PC at home, which if you watch my videos is killing me anyways because it locks up when I'm doing my streaming now. I gotta build a new PC. But I have 2 different hard drives. I have a productivity hard drive and a gaming hard drive. So if I want to play games, I can't just like click on Steam and play a game. I have to physically unplug the hard drive and move it over. So that's my own self-discipline trick. It works great because I never move those plugs over. Yeah, where I used to play at least 2 to 3 hours a day. Oh yeah, like my college days. Jeez, I can't believe I even graduated college. Was as much gaming as I did. Wait, did I actually graduate college? No, they gave me a diploma, so I must have. Okay, so yeah, I did graduate college, but God, I don't know how I did, man. Because my Game Boy. Oh, where's my phone? Check it out. Here's my phone. Here's my my case there, and let me see if I actually got that in. Can you see that? Yeah, there you go. That's the back of my. I got a little phone there. There you go. This is my college right here. What did you learn in college? I learned how to play Tetris. That was my college right there. I beat it. I was like supposed to go to class, and I was like doing so well on a level that I actually skipped the class just so I could finish that Tetris, and I beat it once. So, oh yeah. So I was definitely a hardcore gamer. Let's see. You just need someone with experience building websites to give you a jump start. WordPress is extremely user-friendly and would take less than a week working slowly through it. Yeah, so I totally agree with you. I would not argue that point. Yeah, I will, and I mean it's. I have my to-do list, my priority list. I mean, the fact that I have several of my games that are right now, I think Apple actually pulled a couple of my older titles because I haven't updated them to the 64-bit level. So to say that I neglect stuff is an understatement, you know. But yeah, so I have like this list. It's like, okay, finish the current game, prep the next game, fix the old games, work on getting the exposure, work on making the website not suck. Yeah, it's once again staff. Oh, I really I need interns. That's it. I need to like get a whole fleet of interns. One of the top selling games on my Steam list is like, whoa, is like 4,000. Wait, you got 4,200 hours on a game? You actually put in that much time? Then I have several games with around 1,000. Holy, wow. Okay, my record is Mad Max. I played that one. What I do is on my birthday, I give myself a birthday weekend, right, where I just let myself play hooky, and I racked up like 46 hours on Mad Max, which for me is my record, right? I just played that one. I finished it, and I kept coming back to it. I fell in love with that game. But that's the last game that I can remember that I put any hours in. But 4,200, wow, that's impressive. Apple makes me wary. They're depreciating OpenGL, and they have a history of completely removing support for things they depreciate. No, I agree. I mean, it's even now it's really brutal trying to actually set up. I mean, it's cumbersome. I mean, traditionally they make you use their tools. I actually have a plugin. I love this. Check this out. This is so cool. Give me one sec here. I think it's called iOS Builder. This is my favorite thing. Okay, I have several apps in Unity I love, but this one in particular is just so cool. This actually allows you to make a iOS build on your PC. And it works. I mean, when I got it, I was like, oh, no way this is actually going to do it. But my game, Poke with Bob, which is currently in the App Store, was done completely on a PC. No Apple whatsoever. And I can't believe this even works, but it allows me to work on my PC because on the Mac side, all I have is a little Mac Mini, a dual processor Mac Mini, which just is garbage, So anytime I think about having to send it over there and do a build for iOS, it's just, it literally takes 45 minutes just to do one build on iOS. But this makes that better. But yeah, I mean, if they make it any harder, then I may just focus completely on Android. And then maybe desktop as well. Let's see. I had over 12,000 hours on WoW a long time ago. Sad life. The hours I had in the game is why I quit. That's a tough one. The last game that the last one I was really completely hooked on, and I mean, God, this will date me, but there's a Microsoft game called Midtown Madness, which was this driving game. And back then, they didn't really have any track of hours, so I have no idea how many. But, I mean, once again, this is 90s. And I played the game so much that I would get booted from matches because everyone assumed I was cheating because I was playing so well. And I never cheated. I just played it too much. And when I started getting booted from matches, I just realized the fun was gone. And it was also a wake-up call kind of going, maybe you're playing this too much. So I actually stopped playing right then and there. One of the things I love about Godot, it's a very resource-friendly engine. The whole engine is like 40 megabytes, so you can load up on the smallest computer. Oh, that's cool. Wow, even with all the export templates. And then so the programming in Godot is at C++ only. I mean, I barely know enough of my C# just to get stuff out the door, but let's see. Okay, even with all the export templates, it's still like 300-ish megabytes, and the exports are incredibly small too. Wow, that's cool. Yeah. No, Godot uses GDScript, but it also supports C Sharp. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I would love to tinker with some of the other ones out there, but at this point, Unity, I'm 10 years in now. I have been using Unity for a decade. So, and then I mean, like, geez, okay, this is gonna be embarrassing. Here you go. Let me come over here. My assets. Okay, here you go. Check this. This is all the my assets that I've bought. Check this out. It just goes and goes and goes. So, to say that I've supplemented my Unity work with assets. And that's 373. I have 373 plugins in apps and assets that I've gotten in Unity. So, to say that I'm sort of like a Unity devotee is an understatement. But it's the reason I'm able to do stuff like the multiplayer stuff. I use one tool to handle the actual multiplayer connections, and then one that keeps track of user data. There's no way I could ever do that on my own. I don't understand how it works. I just plug it in and type what it tells me to do, and it works. But I don't think it's really worth switching if you're already invested in a specific engine. Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, the exception was I was doing a spec project for someone that wanted to do something in HTML5 that would run on mobile devices, which with Unity is not possible. If you try and run a WebGL app on a phone, Unity will come with a message saying, "For God's sakes, this will never work." But you can try it if you want to, and you do, and they're right, it just crashes. So when I was doing that, actually, I played with GameMaker. I played with GameMaker for a little while and did this really nice prototype. I got up to speed in a weekend and did a little word puzzle game. Unfortunately, it never went anywhere, but that's the only time in like years that I've actually played with any other game engine besides Unity. Let's see. Me either. Unity isn't a bad engine. I tinker with it occasionally. Yeah, I mean it has its pluses and minuses. I'm not some big devotee. I don't tell you, if you don't use Unity, you suck. No. I mean there's pluses and minuses. I was kind of fresh for my personal stuff, so I went with Godot after checking it out and not expecting much. Yeah. But and I also tinker with Unreal. Yeah, I got a bunch of friends that are Unreal users. I mean, it absolutely, man. I mean, if you want something that looks gorgeous, and if you have the team to fill in the gaps, I think that's the advantage that Unity has is the plugins that fill in the gaps. Like my 373 gaps that I filled with all those little plugins. I know that Unreal is getting better in their store and getting more plugins to help do that, but I mean, does the Unreal even have things like ad network tools and things like that? Blueprints are sweet. If it wasn't so bloated, I'd definitely use Unreal. Yeah. Excuse me. And I mean, Unity definitely took notice. Unity is creating their own scripting tool like Blueprint. It won't come out until 2019 sometime. And there's a couple of plugins, which is kind of funny. That must suck. Imagine you spend all this time creating this plugin for Unity, right? And you make this beautiful plugin and you refine it, you get all these people using it, and then Unity does their own version, which totally hoses you. It's kind of like, oh great, okay. But yeah, I know that obviously Blueprint has had enough of effect on Unity that they feel compelled now to do their own version. So they just announced it. It's still super early stages, so it'll be a year before they release it, and it'll be 2 years before it's usable. Oh, did I just ding Unity on that one? I'm sorry. Okay, I take that back. Well, I'm gonna go back in time and erase that. Okay. Unity has a tendency to do that sometimes. They create a tool and they play with it for a little while and kind of drop it. Unet is a perfect example of something they started and then now they're walking away from. Unity has Playmaker, but it has terrible performance. Oh, does it? Okay. I think I even own it, but I've never really played with it. That's what I recommend sometimes. If people want to play with Unity but don't like to code or are not able to code, I'll say check out Playmaker. But I didn't know it really actually affected performance like that. Not a fan of blueprints myself, except for limited uses like spawning FX and such. Any complex logic is just mess, not to mention super slow. Yeah, I've seen some blueprints before where it just looks like CG spaghetti. Man, there's like wires everywhere. If you have to like find something, that's gotta just like kill you. Blueprints isn't slow these days. Oh, well, there you go. There you go. So, Unreal stepped it up, I guess. I have a friend of mine. Here you go. I'll do a shout out to my buddy back in Vegas. He has. Let's see if I can find this here. Let's see. I'm gonna have to find it. Dotware. A buddy of mine, Connor. Nope, that's not it. Dotware. Or is that? Services. Nope, that's not him. Is it Dotware Games? There it is. So he's doing this game called Akhenaten that he's been working on for a while, which I won't make fun of how long he's been working on his game because I've been working on mine for years, so I have no room to speak. But so he's doing this, and he's doing it all in Unreal and using Blueprint. So this is his. It's one of those God type games. It's a real-time strategy type game. Let's see. Does he have any screenshots? Kind of. Okay, maybe not. But yeah, he's using Blueprint, and he seems pretty content with it. Let's see. It's improved a lot over a couple of years. Blueprints can now be compiled down to C++ now. Oh, that's cool. Even compiled C++, it's slow. It's super unoptimized code the way it executes. Okay. Turns into a giant switch statement in a loop. But still faster than Unity C#. So slow is relative. There you go. It was super non-performant when we used it. Well, I know that I've had to do a ton of optimizations to try and get this pretty. When I see people are like able to crank out like gorgeous graphics and still get like 60 frame per second on a mobile device, that kills me, man. Because I mean, I got my phone. I mean, I got a little Nexus 6 that's a couple years old, and I can get about 30 to 35 frames a second for my little Volley Village game. But it's just, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's so hard to track down the culprit sometimes. But let's see. But I figure if I can hit the 30 frame per second range, then I'm pretty much okay with it. Especially, once again, I'm talking about a device that's a couple years old, and I'm too cheap to actually buy a new, like a new high-end iPhone or Android. No, I would love like a nice one of the Samsung's new Note. Oh man, but yeah, I'm not gonna pony up the cash for that. I mean, my Nexus 6, even though it's like several years old, I only bought it a year ago. So I mean, I'm frugal. But I'm sorry, I totally lost my train of thought where I was on all this stuff. We just started talking away. But yeah, I guess the bottom line is, whatever tool works. I mean, I'm not gonna ding Unreal at all. I mean, it's a fantastic piece of software, and I mean, God, you look at all the games I play when I play on Steam. I mean, a bunch of those are all Unreal games. So Unreal, Unity, pick your poison. There's pluses and minuses to either. So, Robo Recall was a Blueprint-based game. Oh, okay. There you go. And was it Firewatch? Isn't that the name of it? Let's see. I think it was called Firewatch. Firewatch game. Yeah, there you go. Firewatch. That one I think was actually done with Playmaker. But it's a walking sim, so I guess it's not exactly as it's not exactly on the level of a Fortnite in terms of resource management, resource necessities. But I mean, it is impressive what you can actually do with just a Blueprint or a Playmaker type plugin. That performs pretty spectacularly. I think I own that game and haven't played it. I think I do too. Yeah, I think it's one of my several hundred that, I blame Fanatical. Between, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, I think I got it. I don't know if I have it. It's Scary Robot, but yeah, I got it like in my car. Sorry, sorry. But yeah, between Fanatical and Humble Bundle, that's how do you say no, man? When they offer you like 30 games for $4. Yeah, I blame Humble Bundle. Yeah, Fanatical and Humble Bundle. I try and like not click on the emails because I know if I do, it's kind of like, all you need is one decent one in there, right? You find one good game, and you're like, okay, you know what? I'll just pull the trigger, right? RPG game dev. Here we go. I finally found one that I can completely avoid because I don't, I don't play RPGs. I need arcade. I need something to do, so I can completely ignore this one. Thankfully, finally. There you go. So I can ignore that one. There was almost 10,000 sound effects in that button. And this one? There's 10,000. Oh, great. Maybe I do have to buy this one. Wait, there's 10,000 sound effects in this one? Oh, there's nice tile sets. Oh man, am I gonna have to buy this? You guys just twist my arm, and now I'm gonna have to like. Great. Oh, how many days do I have left on this? Oh, I still got 13 days. Okay, I can revisit this. At the bottom. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, there it is. Pro Sound Collection. Check that out. 8,076 game-ready sound effects. Oh god. Oh man, you just made me go to Humble Bundle, and here we go again. Enabler. Yes. It's not my fault. She twisted my arm. I gotta do it. Look at that. Okay. Oh man. Okay. I thought I was gonna get. I saw the RPG dev and it's like, yes. Nothing to worry about in this one. I have nothing, and then you're like, oh, there's some nice tile in here too. Crap. And then the sound effects. Oh man. Oh, another 277 sound effects. You can never have too many sound effects, can you? Although I never seem to be able to find the ones I want. Some of the icons are great too. Oh, let's check that. Oh, got some pixel effects. That's nice. Let's see where the icons. Oh, jeez. Look at that. 1,700 icons. You can see icons and tiles for non-RPG stuff. Yes! Okay, fine. Yes. I am not impervious to RPG bundles. Okay, fine. Oh, check this out. So, here you go. How's this for an interesting little connection? Daniel Thomas. Check this guy out. This guy. He was actually... Okay, check this out. Look at this. I'll go back to my Poker with Bob. This is my very first game that I did. Poker with... Whoa. Whoops. With Bob. Did I go to the wrong site? Let me go this way. Scary Robot. Come back to my Poker with Bob. There it goes. So, here we go. This is my Poker with Bob character, right? Not done by me. My original Bob character was not coming up to snuff, and this is I started him 2008 is when I first started making this game. I was doing the same thing where I do animation by day and then work on my game at night. And just to give you an idea how long ago this was, I was animating Halo 3 stuff during the day, and I'd come home at night and work on this Poker with Bob. And I hired Mr. Daniel Thomas to do the character design. And this guy is scary good. I've worked with him on a few of my games, and he's done some fantastic stuff. Actually, Volley Village, he did the character designs for me. But he has done this. So there you go. So there you go. So by buying this bundle, I'll actually be supporting my old friend Daniel Thomas. So there you go. I've just wrapped it on. It's like 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. There you go. So I'm 1 degree of separation with the RPG bundle. So yeah, there you go. Small world, truly small world. But yeah, he just crazy good artist. I mean, look at this, man. I gotta show. It's just, look at these backgrounds, man. I wish I want to like make enough money on one of my games that I could just hand him everything, and just go, dude, just work your magic. I mean, look at this. That's just crazy beautiful. If I was an enabler, I'd say you need to look up Pixel FX Designer and Pixel Mash. I think I actually already own Pixel FX Designer. I think I may have picked it up in a previous bundle. But yeah, like I don't have enough. But look at this. I mean, his colors are just insanely beautiful. It's just, oh god, look at that. Anyways, so yeah, he did my character Poke with Bob ages ago. So very talented artist. I look forward to getting enough cash so I could just like make him do all my stuff for me. I have more tools than I have time to use. Yep, I totally get that. Well, once again, you're talking to the guy that has 300 tools in Unity. Not like I've actually used more than a fraction of them. Yeah, like pseudo subsurface scattering. I've used that never. Maybe not the best tools, but a lot of them. Yeah. Okay. No. So in true full disclosure, actually some of these things too. I have the Pro bundle, or Pro version of Unity. As you can see, I'm still in 5.6 land. I'm not using 2018 because I bought the Pro version and I'm being stubborn and I haven't upgraded yet because there's not enough in 2018 to make me want to jump ship yet. And one of the nice things about the Pro version was that they used to throw you free plugins every month. So part of the reason why I have so many plugins, beware of 2018. Are you talking about the year or Unity? Because you know, actually, there's truth to both of those, I think. But yeah, you know, I've heard. As I said, I was just in LA a few weeks ago for Unite, and I've had some friends that have said some cautious things about 2018. A lot of projects that were upgraded 2018 had to be rolled back. Yeah. I think that's true. You know, the old saying is never use software that ends in .0. I think with Unity it might be like closer to like .2. Yeah, I was just gonna say that goes beyond just Unity. Yeah, but you know, I mean, you know, in total fairness though, I mean they're constantly trying to add new tools. You know, I don't think they're trying to maliciously break things. You know, that's not exactly a good business model. 2018 will be 2018 will be rocking in 2019, and 2018 will be total badass in 2020. I'm sure. You know, says the guy that's using 5.6, which is what, like 5 years old now. So once again, I have no room to talk, but you know, and part of the reason too is because I'm 3 years into this project, so jumping ship and moving up to 2018 at this point. Number one, I have to start paying for 2018 on a monthly basis, and two is inevitably going to break a ton of the stuff that I've got plugged in. Because I mean, I have so many plugins in this game alone that I would have to worry about. You know, are they supported in 2018? How broken are they? How much do I have to redo? So yeah, that's why I use Godot 3.1, even though it's an alpha, and 3.0 is the stable. Just like hindsight. Yeah, hindsight, man. Yeah, if hindsight worked, I'd be winning so many lotteries. Yeah. But yeah, it's, and I mean, a lot of the stuff they're doing for 2017, 2018, I think are more focused on the desktop side too. I mean, there's some nice feature enhancements for mobile, I think, but I don't think there's anything that radical. That it's not like there's like, oh, move up to 2017 or 2018 and you get like a 50% performance boost. No .0. Yes, say no to .0. Always evil. Yeah, how many times have we gotten bitten by that in the past? You know. But yeah, I mean it's, and I will be switching over, but once again, like I said, I mean I purchased Pro ages ago, and I just want to make sure I get my money's worth before I start paying monthly. But yeah, it's a great tool. It is my chosen weapon. So I don't know if you guys even came in when I was. I'll show you this. Let me see. Now that I've totally broken everything, see if I can show. Let me switch this back over real quick to. No, that's. I'll show you what I was working on in case you guys are curious. It's weird that Pro doesn't give you the 2018 update free, but whatevs. Yeah, okay. In fairness, when they first announced the subscription service for Unity, they did have like a bonus. You got like a discounted rate, and they threw in a bunch of plugins. But once again, calling back to the fact that I already own hundreds of plugins, most of the plugins they're offering is kind of like I already owned. So like, you know, hey, if you upgrade, we'll give you redundant versions of the plugins you already own. So that didn't do much for me. It was not a big motivating factor. All right, let me see if I can find this real quick. I'll show you what I was starting to work on, but let's see, I got distracted. I'm gonna drop this back to 1. So let's see. Make sure these guys pop up correctly. Oh, I don't want maximize on play. Ah, too late. Boom, boom. So if I hit 2-player, good, they should pop up. There you go. So I got this kind of fun thing. So when you play an online game, you have like your chosen mascot character. It comes out and does these little taunts. There he goes. Comes up, and then we'll just say 25. There you go. It come up. Uh-oh, it broke. Oh, I broke it. Crud. Okay, I'm not going to show you. There should be some characters right here, and it just aired out, I'm sure. Look at this. Yep. That's what I get. I was tinkering before you guys showed up, and I completely broke it. So guess what? I cannot show you what I was trying to show you. I think I could do it in a 2-player mode. One sec here. Yeah. So when you play an online game, your chosen mascot does these little taunt animations, and then you can choose from the 5 different villagers that you have to choose from, and then each one of them has their own unique little taunts. And then when you play the game afterwards, you can choose your response. You can choose either positive, negative, or neutral. And then after it's over, there's like a beat, and then it shows the 2 animations playing. So, you know, if you have like a match that you feel like you got screwed on, you can do like a disrespectful, and you can thumb your nose at the other guy that you're playing online. So that's what I was working on before you guys showed up. But quite honestly, I'm having a good time talking to you folks. So the fact that I'm being very unproductive tonight is fine because I've enjoyed the conversation. I hope you guys have too. But yeah, my productivity is not great tonight, but that's fine. So what else are we going to talk about? You guys got any other questions about stuff I'm doing? Stuff I can talk about? Don't know if there's anything else that you're curious about. Happy to talk about the game, anything you want to ask about the game. But let's see. Now that I've broken that, I'm not even sure the best way. I was just starting to make it as a loadable object, but now that I've completely broken that, see, yeah, you can see my terrible code. I know that the proper way to do it is you do like, you know, a couple hundred lines of code in each script, but if you look, here's all my scripts. I mean, this is like my whole section of scripts, but this is my game controller, and you can just see it's insanely long. I mean, it's literally 8,000 lines, which I know is not the right way to do it. But that's the great thing about being by myself, is that I have no one to tell me just how much I'm screwing it up. Which is fine until I want to actually try and find something, and it takes me 5 minutes to locate anything. But it works, unless I change something and then it breaks. But don't know if is anything else. I did show you guys. Sorry, I'm starting to wind down a little bit. I'm starting to get a little tired. I was up at 7 this morning working away, so now it is 10 o'clock my time here. But let's see if I go. So if you come out to Scary Robot, you can see my other previous games, and then if you go to Valley Village, and if you want to try it out, you can actually play it in a web browser. This is the WebGL version. I haven't looked at this in a while. You see just how dated it looks. Let me expand this a little bit. Oop, it squished it. Let's see if it... Whoa. Mute the tab. Yeah. So this is like the old play mechanism I had before, where you actually drag it out towards the center. The nicer thing about... Oh, and you can see the shots are firing really slow. This is like the old animation I had. So they just kind of linger up in the air. I sped that up, so now it actually plays a lot faster, which I think is an improvement. You guys can tell me otherwise, but... excuse me. The nice thing about this is that the framing is better, right? I mean, the islands fill up most of the screen. But the downside is that, especially if you're playing on a phone, you know, your finger's like blocking your viewpoint, right? So it gets to be like, you know, hard to see what you're doing sometimes. And that's when I went back to the idea of just going, you know, to the proper Angry Birds approach, where you're actually pulling back and firing that way. So this is kind of a recent switch back. So you can see the difference. So like now there's like old school Angry Birds, right? But the nice thing is that when you do this, you're not blocking your view at all, right? You're just plugging away like that. So, but if you, let me kill this guy. So if you want to give it a try, and you don't have a mobile device, you can, if you don't have Android, you can actually try it in a web browser. Excuse me. Give it a play. Yeah, I mean this is definitely an old build. Man, they just feel like they're floating in space now, those cannon shots. Jeez. And I think actually the aiming, I'm having a hard time hitting the targets because it's like the aiming range is different, but I'm still gonna get them. Game over. I still did it. So that's at my Scary Robot website. So if you guys want to give that a try, feel free to give it a try. But yeah, my goal was to, well, I did. My goal was to have the beta version out before I came to LA, and I kicked that out on the 9th. And at this point, the key things I still need to add is what I was showing with the little mascot villagers that come out in the online game. I still need to get that finished, and then I also need to create this feature so you can unlock icons, so kind of customize your own character play, right? So you can choose your icon, and you know, and I was doing that before. I'll load that up real quick. That's what. Let's see if I real quick. I'll load up. I was doing poses. I think I have it on here. My computer. I got on my little USB drive. Source, scenes, characters, Middle Ages, dwarf, icon poses. Don't save. And it doesn't. Mine seems to be quirking where it doesn't seem to want to load the texture when it first loads. We'll see if it behaves this time or not. It's thinking about it. Did it just lock up on me? Uh-oh. Did Maya just go to sleep on me? Nope, there it goes. There we go. Yeah, so it did lose the texture. Let me load that up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. It's... Yeah, I'll just load in him. Come back here. It's on my... let's see, I think I'm on the desktop. You know what? I'll go this way. Let me point. Source, scenes. Oh, that's just my scenes? Uh-oh. Thought I had... Okay, I do have to go back to the other one. Let me come back here. Sorry. I just want to get the texture stuck on him. Images. Middle Ages. It should be a dwarf red. There it goes. There you go. So I was doing these poses, and I was using. I was doing this a couple of days ago. So I was, these are like these different kind of goofy poses. And then what I was doing was like posing them in Maya and then exporting them out as just OBJs and bring them over in Lightwave, which I don't actually have loaded on this machine since I'm using the fine people here at Blue Screen Gaming here in Culver City. There you go. There's my plug for them. They let me set up here. But I was bringing it over Lightwave and rendering it So I'm gonna have these different little character poses. Actually, I can load that up. I think I have them. I think I have that loaded on here. Source images. Oh, you know what? I guess I don't have it on the USB. I'm sorry. I have it on my laptop, but I don't actually have it on my USB, so I can't show you. But that's about the main two things I still have to finish up. Your characters are super cute. Thank you. Well, I'd like to take credit for it, but like I said, Daniel Thomas, the one I showed you earlier, I did my initial characters, and they were not where I wanted them to be. They weren't as cute. They were okay, but they weren't as cute. So I contacted Daniel and got him just to do the designs for me. I wanted him to like do the models and do all that stuff for me, but unfortunately I just didn't have the cash. So I hired him as much as I could, just do the character designs, and then I actually did the modeling from that point on. But yeah, the guy's crazy. I mean, it's just, he is amazingly talented. So yeah, so I need to add this feature. So the idea is that like each character I have like 5 different poses, and I have 5 characters. Once I get that knocked out, then I can focus on getting the mascots done, and then I hope to get it pretty much out tested. I mean, right now it's just a beta, but then I actually want to do a soft launch, and then get it properly out the door if there's no big bugs killing it. But it's just after 3 years, man. I really look forward to just getting this one out the door. You get that forest for the trees syndrome. You start like second guessing everything after a while. It's like, wait, does this actually work? I don't know. You never know. I mean, this is game number 6. I've had some of the games that were just quirky things I threw out there and it found a big audience, and I've had other games that I thought were going to be like mega successful and bombed. So I don't have a magic formula for this stuff yet. I keep trying, but hopefully this one will be fun. But the next one, which I still can't talk about yet, but the next one is actually going to be, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a really famous character. So if nothing else, people at least give it a try just because they want to play with that character. And hopefully I'll make a game that's fun enough that everyone will join in. But that's the trick, right? I mean, you can have a fantastic game and, no one finds it. But if you have a game with like a famous intellectual property tied to it, then, I mean, Pokemon Go is a perfect example, right? That game blew up like crazy, right? I mean, it's just a simple game, but because of that Pokemon Go element, it just, So I guess the point is definitely get yourself an IP. Get something famous plugged in there. But, all right, where are we at? We're 10:15, so I normally go to 10 o'clock, so I'm kind of past my normal time, which is where I was planning. So if you guys want to, like, have any other thing you want to ask me, I'm definitely starting to fade a bit. I'm definitely getting a little tired. So I may pack it in here unless you guys have any other questions. Anything else you guys want to talk about? Otherwise, let me just say thank you guys for coming around. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. It definitely makes this a lot more fun to do. I'm doing this Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. My time, which is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., wherever you guys are. I don't know where you are in the world, but I will be back Friday night, 8 o'clock, here, once again, at Blue Screen. And so I hope you guys will consider coming back and hanging out with me again. But if not, thanks so much for coming by, and thank you to the people that subscribed, the new subs. I really appreciate that. I'm still learning this whole process, but having you guys around definitely makes it more fun to keep pursuing. So I still got 6 people left. Should I do a raid? I've never done a raid before. Should I actually do that? I gotta do that, don't I? I've never raided anyone before. I still got 6 guys hanging with me, and I'm gonna start blabbing here in a second. So I'm gonna just start talking stupid, and that's not gonna be good. So let's see. What do you think? Let me see if I can find a new tab. Of course, I gotta figure out how to do that because I've never raided before. I don't even know how to totally pull that off. Let me go. Let's see. Browse. I definitely do like science and technology since that's like the same area, right? Science and technology. What do you guys think? Should I find a good one to join in? Cosmos, he's always like doing this. You ever notice this? The Cosmos guy, he's like, it's always running, and he always has like a ton of viewers. So maybe that's it. Maybe I should just like put like Cosmos video running in the background, and I could like have 100 viewers. I tried to raid somebody new every night. Gotcha. Okay. Well, this is my first time, so let me first. It's an old. Yeah, dude, I remember Cosmos, man. I'm old enough to remember when it was actually new. Okay, I'm really old. That just officially dated myself right there. But yeah, I loved it, man. I thought when he, but just the fact that he just streams it endlessly. Billions and billions of years ago. Carl Sagan. Okay, let's find a good one. I try to find people without many viewers. Yeah, well, I'm a perfect example of that, right? I had, I'm down in the basement with like 0, 1. So thank you. Yeah. So throw a bone to us poor people that are just sitting at the bottom of the heap. Oh, look at that. Okay, we'll shoot right past me. Chiptunes and Codings. I am going to try and find a Unity person. I'm sorry, I am going to play favorites there. Let's see. I like to rate. They will build your best communities. Yeah, it's tough to get out of that rut. It is, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that over time it just kind of snowballs, But it's definitely a challenge. Let's see. We got down to 2 viewers. I'm gonna find like a 0 or 1 because honestly, I don't know if you guys can look at my statistics. I don't know enough to see if you guys can review it, but man, I'm down in the 0, 1 category way too often. So I'm going to try and find someone in that same range here. Working on a coding project for class. There's a student. Kids math game. That sounds like potential. Watch bots trying. No. I want to find... Sorry, I am playing favorites with the Unity tonight. Sorry about that. But CodeJam Learn. Okay. So let's... control a live claw machine. Oh, okay. Okay, before I go, you know what? That reminded me. I have one last question for you guys, if you can pony up. So I made a blackjack game, which I don't know if I have it installed or not, that you can actually play through the Twitch chat, right? I've ponied it up. I've put it up a couple of times, but so far, and I don't have it up tonight because I'm on this machine that is not mine. But so far, no one's jumped on board. But I mean, is that something that is interesting enough to have like a game that you can control through the Twitch chat? I mean, if it is, then I'll make the effort to try and get it back up and running again. But so far, no one's actually really given it a try. Lots of people have stream games. Okay, well, you know what? Fine. I said I was leaving. I lied. I'll try and see if I can. Twitch Blackjack. Wait, I thought I had it built. You jerk. I thought I had it built. Didn't I have it? Oh, no. Okay, you know what? I'll do it here. Open project. Okay, my departure is premature. Yeah, because I'm going to try and do this. Since you guys are still here, it'd be nice to at least give it a try and see. Do any of you guys play blackjack? I guess I should ask that, right? I'll save my progress there. I think it's nice to have it as something supplemental. Yeah. All right, so give me 1 sec. 3D space Twitch game, but I retired it because it was a time sink. Yeah. I was able to departure delayed, just like when I'm at the airport. There you go. Attention passengers. The flight has been delayed for 30 minutes because the pilot has lost his way in the airport and he cannot find his way to the gate. But trust me, he's a better pilot than he is a navigator, so just hang tight. Okay, that's me stalling. Okay. Let me load this up. Oh, come on. Cancel. Why did you kill that? Ah. Let me try that again. Excuse me. Boom, boom. I got all this. Close all. close. Alright, let me fire him up again. It crashed on load. I have to run. I need food. I'm starving. It was awesome meeting you too, Lily. Thank you so much for joining, and thank you for the follow, for the sub. Thank you. I'll be back, and I'll bring friends. Oh, please do. Please. I will be back Friday night, 8 o'clock my time, Pacific Standard Time, whatever time that is for you. Please come on back. Actually, it's not delayed. So, but yeah, thanks. Go feed yourself. And I will hopefully see you. Bye. I hopefully see you Friday. Thank you so much for hanging out, and thanks for all the chatting. I appreciate that. Okay. Hopefully this time it loads without giving my little lock error. I get that occasionally. I'm not sure what triggers it. Sometimes in Unity, when I load up a project, it hangs on a file, which is strange because, I mean, unless it's something in the temp file, but I mean, it's not like I was loading the same project again. Alright, there we go. So here we go. So if I go, make sure that this is actually playing correctly. There we go. So I'm going to fire this up. So all we got to do is this. If I go exclamation point blackjack. There we go. So if you guys want to join in, do that, and I can. So you just type exclamation point blackjack, and you can actually join me in a game of 21. Or I'll just play by myself. I'll amuse myself here. Start with a $5 bet. There you go. Do a first hand here. 7. I'll take exclamation point hit. There you go. Alright, let me finish this hand, and then you can join in. And then I'll do another hit. 18. Oh, that's it. I stand, and he had 15. Bust. Boom. There we go. Alright, so we get a new hand here. There you go. So just enter any bet that you want to bet. So I'll do like 5. There you go. So if you hit, type in like a value right now. Just suppose. So you got 5 seconds left. I don't know if there's a lag in the video. Ah. Oh no. Alright, you know what? I'm going to restart. Here he goes. So you don't have to wait. I may have to adjust that if it's because I'm seeing it live. Stream delay is rough. Yeah, I mean, I guess I can delay it more. I don't want to get a thing where you're stuck waiting endlessly. So how about if you go first? Right here, I'll do that, and I won't actually do any betting. I'll let you bet first. Let me see if I can. 7-second delay minimum. Ah, that sucks. Let's see. Yeah, okay. That's trippy. I'm watching myself in 7 seconds in the past. Oh, there you go. Nah, I wasn't watching myself. Let's see. Is that enough time for you to actually... No! Okay, I'm watching the video feed with the delay. Wow, you're right. I totally got to add... Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I got to add a longer... At least another 10 seconds. I either got to find some way to defy time. Okay. I'll tell you what. I can try and do a fix on that real quick. Game controller. Let me try wait. I think I do is wait for. No, that's not it. Wait for players. Add player. Wait for bets. Okay, you know what? Actually, I'll increase that. I'll bump that up to 30 seconds. Other option is to have it print out in chat. Okay. Most are chat based. Gotcha. But doesn't it work better to have like the... I don't know, for blackjack, it seems like having the screen up. Okay. I'll look at that. Deal cards. Playing hand. Request a bet. Request a hit. Request a stand. Crystal split. Wait for player choice. There we go. So right now I got it 15, so I'll bump that up to 30 seconds. So hopefully that should be enough to compensate for the delay. So let that compile, and we'll try this one more time. Alright, so if you want to give it a try, it'll come up here in a second. And alright, there you go. So you should be able to fire up a game now. Let's see. I'll join in here. There you go. Boom. There you go. So it's 30 seconds. That should be hopefully enough. Wow, that's actually like 15-second delay. Okay, I'm gonna have to rethink that. I didn't realize it was that much of a delay. That's crazy. Wow. I guess I guess I could just boost the time up to like as much as like a minute. Alright, I'm gonna stop it one more time and increase those numbers one more time. So 60. And I'll make that 60. So there he goes. So the downside is that it'll take people longer to actually, wait on other people to play, but at least that way you have enough time to actually make your choice. So, and I'll try and play this fair. I'll try and actually play it on the stream. Your stream hiccuped, so it might be more delayed than usual, but yeah, stream delay is pretty rough in general. Gotcha. Okay, so I may be like off anyways. Boom. Nice. Blackjack. $50. Let's see. Yeah, that's. I can look at my timer and what showed up, and that was like a good 14-second delay. No, actually, you don't have to type that again. Just do your bet. Once you do the blackjack once, you're logged in. 17. Ooh, it's gonna be close. Yeah, I think you did. You should have, but I think because you lost the previous hand, I may have killed it. I'll watch it closely this time. Yeah, because it does keep track of the of your cash. So when I go away and start, you don't actually start with 100 every time. It actually keeps. So I wanted that to be persistent. So when you come back, if you like, I want to do like a high score table. So if you get like 500 coins and you come back, you will have those 500 coins again. Yeah. So I think you did get that, but I think you just had a previous hand. Oh, there you go. Whoa, crap. Know what? Oh, you're right. It took the cash away, but it did not give it back. Okay. There's a bug. Okay. The good news is you got blackjack. The bad news is it didn't pay you for it. Okay. Yeah, I'll fix that. So I know exactly where that code is. So it lets you know that it is blackjack, but it just doesn't pay it out. I'll get that fixed. But I mean, this was like 3 days worth of throwing together. Just like real gambling, you always lose. Well, I am from Vegas, so I'm gonna find every way I can to cheat you. I mean, wait, what? No. All right, but that is interesting. The delay 17. Yeah, there's like 11-second delay. I'm looking at the number on my timer versus what stream is coming through. So wow, that is definitely a big difference. But okay, cool. In that case, if it's alright with you, I think I'll go ahead and shut it down because it already hosed you enough. But that is good to know. Okay, I will promise to fix that. Actually, I know where that is, but you know what? I won't do it tonight. Has like an overlay. Yeah. Let me see if I had it set up where it was like down in the corner of the screen, or when I was doing it at home. But when I set up here, I didn't have enough time to actually reorganize the screen. But I will do that for Friday. So it just let's see if I can. I don't know if I can load up the screen without hosing my broadcast, but just trust me. I shrink the screen down a bit, the Unity part, and then I shrink myself down because I don't need to see me. And then the blackjack takes up like this, like the bottom left third. So it'll be right there. So I will. So you could do it while normal streaming. Yeah. I've had it in there for a couple of previous streamings, but no one's really played it. But then that's because no one really was hanging out in my room. So, you know, the fact that you guys are actually here is totally different anyways, automatically. But, okay, we're now 10:30. I have to get up at 7, and I haven't even gone home yet. So I should definitely call it a night. So let me go back to what I was doing before, is looking for a good place to raid. And then you guys can actually tell me how to do a raid. Let's see. Oh, I just saw a little hiccup there for a second, didn't I? Okay. Let me do a refresh on this. Make sure all these guys are still here. It would be stupid to raid a room that's no longer there. But I am going to go down to the poor guys like me that have like 1 or 2 viewers. Making a horror game. That looks interesting. Doing a level design. Alright. You just type raid, username in your stream. Cool. Got it. Got it. Alright. So I'm going to do that now. Once again, thank you guys for coming along for the ride. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. Really does mean a lot to me that you guys are spending some time with me while I'm just goofing around here. So, alright, I am going to raid Frosty Has, who's making a horror game. He's doing some level design. So, let's do it. My first raid. Thanks again, guys. There's prompt, and you can click raid now if you don't want to wait for it. And well, I have the raid now, but it doesn't want to let me click on the button yet. Oh, here we go. We're doing it. I'm raiding. Thanks again, guys. Take care.